The moment.
What?
Oh, the big reveal, and the camera is super off.
Do you want me to go move over?
We might need you to move that. So let's move and work through technical difficulties. We'll be back in a moment.
Just keep it on. Maybe you can watch us. You want me to move it over here? Like that?
No. There we go.
That's good?
That's better.
Does it show my chair though?
Yes.
Okay, so you want me to do that?
Yeah. It's close.
Okay. Right.
We have a cast. So let's...
So welcome to
for editing purposes, we're going to throw the logo up again.
Yeah, I was going to do an intro and you're like...
3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Thearly Clinking podcast.
I roll for initiative. I get 5.
He rolled a 5 for initiative. That means we failed.
Oh.
We failed at our
Wait, no,
intro.
that means I go 5. Like if you roll higher than me, that means you get first initiative.
All right, rolling initiative myself. I rolled a 10.
Is that a 10?
18. Oh, the dice is all messed up. It's 18. So yeah, it's all fucked up. Anyway, meth dice. All right.
Where'd you get those?
I got those at some hobby shop. I don't know. It's where you get dice. The dice shop.
I got mine at I think Caster's.
Yeah, I got mine at some place. Anyway, we've got a show here. We're gonna talk about some things, TJ.
Oh, we're supposed to.
Let's go into D&D.
Oh,
We should just play D&D. I don't even fuck.
I would love to get Gage and Ivan back on.
Back over here playing some D&D. I don't know. They're super flaky.
They are. Actually, they're not that bad once we give them like a heads up. It's Steve.
Yeah, that's true.
D&D.
Anyway.
Did you look at how much new books cost?
I haven't yet. I haven't looked at any.
Mister, I don't want to download the new PDF because it's not nostalgic enough for me.
Yeah, there's not enough nostalgia there.
Okay, so what have you been up to lately when it comes to?
Well, just a lot of Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, same old. I maxed out at rank 9 on Hearthstone at the end of the season.
Oh, like,
which was pretty cool.
How many stars did it give you for being 9? Like,
it's so the cool thing is like if you get it seems like if you get about 10, rank 10 or like 9 or 10, it'll actually automatically jump you to rank 19. So it jumped me to rank 19, automatically get the card back this next month. So I don't have to play the rest of the month. No, I played a bunch today. So
he dropped me up to. It gave me 9 stars, and it's like, here you go. Here's rank 21. I'm like, oh, I don't want rank 21.
I think it gives you as many as ranks that you achieve. So I got 16 stars because I went up.
16
ranks. So because it's 25. 25 is the angry chicken. And then you work your way up. So I worked myself up to like Silver Hand Recruit, which gets you to 16 stars. And then, yeah, so I got to rank 19.
Is that all you get? Yeah. Like, you don't get any like cards?
No, well, you get a card back and because you achieved over rank 20. I think that's something that they'll definitely need to rework, is the reward system. Because the reward system in Hearthstone is
terrible
right now. They like, if you do arena, you get GVG packs. You don't get a choice of getting the old packs. So if you're new to the game and you're trying to learn by doing arena, you're only going to get GVG cards, and those might not serve your purpose. So it's almost better to just ladder and lose a lot, and then buy them, and then use your 100 gold on the classic packs until you get kind of the cards you need from there.
I want some new heroes already. I'm like already bored with the ones I have. I hate the limitations. Like I think they need some common spells as well too. Like I hate the fact that a lot of the spells in Hearthstone are just are just limited to the fact that you have to play a certain class style.
Yeah, but I think that limitation is actually really great design in Hearthstone. It's really fun to have to pick and choose.
I guess I'm just a Magic player.
Yeah.
So like when you play
you
Magic,
don't have the commonalities. There's not as many like.
When I play Magic the Gathering, I'm like, oh, I'm like, I can take all this. Like, just because I have a red-green deck doesn't mean I can't go put some black in there because I've got some cards that allow me to do that.
I think that'll be kind of cool. Hopefully they come up either with some new game modes where you can kind of mix and match some stuff, or mix and match the hero abilities and stuff. I don't know. I think the game's got a lot of potential. Right now it's really bare bones, but hopefully they come out with some new modes, new things that you can do, new things you can spend.
How long did it take them to come out with BlackRock? Because when I joined, they already had...
It feels like there's been some sort of an expansion every 6 months. So like,
I don't think that's enough for players because like Magic has an expansion like every 3 months.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like it's a different beast than Magic too, because you can play a lot of games of Hearthstone. You can play it a lot faster, a lot easier than you can in Magic.
It's not as big as learning curve. Like,
yeah,
Magic the Gathering, it took... Actually, one thing I've learned about playing Hearthstone is actually helped me a lot with Magic the Gathering.
I bet. Yeah, I mean, fundamentally, there's a lot of really good... There's a lot of fundamentals.
Well, yeah, like the whole mana management. Like when I was building Magic the Gathering decks, I didn't think about mana as much as I did until Hearthstone because it was such a core mechanic. Like when I'm sitting there, reading about how to be better Hearthstone players, you're like, oh, you need 1 and 2, 3, and I was like, I'll spend a good hour just trying to make sure that my decks are mana laid out, because if you don't get a creature like the first turn, you can get really screwed.
Yeah, well, not necessarily. It's how I felt at first, but now that I've played different decks and different styles, like you don't have to get a creature out first turn. Sometimes it's okay to take that initial damage and just move forward and try to beat them with some crazy combo that you have in your deck. So that's what I've been trying to. It's what I've been experimenting with. Is just like maybe if I save my Flame Waker until I can summon him and then combo him with like a spell, and then he'll hit extra damage, and it does so much insane stuff on the board that they're like, oh, even though I got the first minion out, I played my 1 cost 2/1 creature, but now I'm getting fucked because this guy saved his combo and destroyed me or wrecked my, I played a game earlier today that I pretty much did that exact strategy. I kind of held off till about turn 4 and then blew him up, like got him down to 14 health within 2 turns. So yeah, ridiculous burst damage to his face, and he ended up giving up.
I did that with a priest. I was fighting the priest deck as a mage. Like,
is got the burst damage.
And the funny thing is that he like goes and he's like, we got to like turn 14 and we've been like just nailing each other down, and he just brings out this big huge like 14 creature. I'm like, dude, that's not enough. You've got 3 life. You've got no blockers.
Yeah.
I think the thing I hate most about Hearthstone, and this is just because I am a Magic the Gathering player, is that I don't get to manage my mana. It's 1 per turn. The only person that can do anything is Malfurion. And it adds, like, you can add, like, 2 extra mana, things like that.
Malfurion is definitely, like, the green deck of Hearthstone, in a way.
It is, and it kind of, like, when I play Magic, I usually play green because I like having so much mana. And the thing is that...
big creatures.
I think the thing that also pisses me off, though, too, is that it limits it to 10. Like, I think one thing that would help it go a little bit quicker, like, especially when you play some later rounds, is breaking the 10 limit. Because the thing is that... When you get to those things, the problem I have is like I've played games where I've like we're just killing each other's like 8/8 creatures. Like I play one because I only can play like 1 per turn.
Right.
And this is like level 16.
Right.
I mean, turn 16, I should be able to, like, if it kept going, I should be able to play 2. That way, it just kind of just
drop some more mana, do some obscene
It just
combo.
Ends the game. Like that way, you're not just like.
I don't know, like, even then, like, those long Hearthstone matches don't last more than, like, 10-15 minutes at most. So, I've never... I don't know.
I think another thing I hate most is that there's a lot of anti-creature spells in this game. Like, the thing that you play with
Big
Magic...
game hunter.
Like, when you play Magic the Gathering, you don't have, like, always anti-creature spells. Because the thing is, I think the main reason why that also is because when you attack a person, they get to choose whether or not they want to block.
Yeah, that's true.
But... Every class has got like an anti-creature spell in it, and it pisses me the hell off because it doesn't give you very much chance to play anything.
There's always some like direct.
And Mage has honestly got like one of the I think Mage is honestly too powerful. They need to really balance out Mage.
That's what I thought initially, but like really if you look at the top decks or the most played decks or the decks with the highest win rates, Mage is up there, but it's more Warlock. Grim Patron Warrior is the top deck right now.
Grim Patron Warriors, Grim Patron's a really beast card.
With Warrior because it's self-damaging, and then they have the War Caller or whatever that gives minions that have 3 attack or less charge as soon as they're summoned. So Grim Patron summons itself, and then it gets charged that same turn.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to.
If you see Warriors, that's what they'll do most of the time.
No wonder why every time I played Warrior, when I played that card, they're like everybody like, boom.
Yeah, there's usually like one it's usually that deck or like a really heavy like I'm gonna gain a shitload of armor and then just heavy control warrior is pretty mean.
One of my favorite combos with Mage though is I finally got this secret that allows you to summon a 1/3 creature whenever your opponent targets a creature with a spell.
Oh yeah, that's the.
And it's my favorite. My favorite thing to do against that is when I'm playing Malfurion, and they're like, "I'm going to give my creature +4/+4 in taunt." I'm like, "Nope, that's mine," because it works for any spell, and they're like, "Oh."
I never really played with that card as much. I think I did earlier on. But.
The reason why I do it is because one, it helps like especially if I go up against a mage deck, I can play that card. And if they're going to target like my valuable creatures, it ends up killing the 1/3. But if I'm playing stuff like Malfurion, it really screws up their combos because they want to beef up this creature. And I'm like,
yep, mine. Oh, it makes sense. That's cool. Like counterplay to like Paladin and Druid for sure.
Especially with Paladin, like I hate the
fucking Blessing of Kings, Blessing of Might, and then just one turn kill.
Yeah, like I've seen one of the 1/1s go up to like 15/15. I'm like. Yeah. That's not fair.
Smack you in the face that one turn because you just happen to leave it alive. And so that's what I've noticed with like Paladin or even Shaman, because Shaman will like Bloodlust kill you. If you leave like any of their totems up, you leave anything up with those classes, they'll buff the shit out of it, and then it will smack you in the face.
Really I think Shaman honestly is I don't always win with Shaman, but my Reincarnation deck with Shaman.
Reincarnation is my favorite card right now.
Oh my goodness, because I got that 1/7. I thought the guy was like the Death Rattle. Oh, your minions Death Rattle twice, but
Baron Rivendare is so good.
Especially since I got that 5/5 girl.
Yeah.
That takes over. Like I had somebody like, oh, I'm gonna destroy all your creatures. I was playing a Paladin, and he's like, holy whatever that deal 2 damage to each
Consecrate.
And then he's like. So he kills. I had given Death Rattle to my 1/7 guy who was at 1/2 life, and then I gave Death Rattle to her, and he goes and wipes the whole entire board. He's got a Nubian egg out there.
Yeah.
So when all my creatures resurrect, I resurrect and I grab his Nubian egg, and the next turn I attack with all the creatures because he wiped the whole board, but my creatures came back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty insane. I have my Death Rattle Shaman.
Oh, we got Nadaku's playing Hearthstone ATM to LOL. What's ATM?
At the moment.
Oh, at the moment?
Yeah, you're getting he's playing Hearthstone at the ATM machine. They can actually now run Hearthstone. So while you're getting transactions,
he says there's some audio noise in the background.
Yeah,
it's we got roommates. Is it thumping? Because if it's
might need to drop the gain a little bit.
We might have to. Yeah, it's thumping.
That's really all I can do. Probably put that down.
I wish they do with Hearthstone though. I wish they'd break the boundaries like in Heroes of the Storm. I would love to honestly get some like Hearthstone StarCraft cards.
Oh yeah. I think eventually that'll come, but I think they need to run out of Warcraft stuff first.
Dude,
I hate too much Warcraft lore. They still haven't.
I hate the fact that they don't do anything with the StarCraft lore, and it ticks me out because I'm a real. I'm not okay.
They'll get there.
I'm just a big sci-fi guy.
Well, here's the thing: is like they're coming out with an expansion later this year. So for StarCraft.
StarCraft. I know.
So they've got Legacy of the Void coming. So I mean.
Oh, he says a lot better now.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I figured just dropping some of the game would do that. But yeah, I forgot what I'm talking about. But anyway,
about the new expansion.
StarCraft new expansion.
Into the Void. Was it?
Yeah.
Into the
Legacy
Void.
of the Void.
Legacy of the Void.
Yeah.
I hate Protoss. This is gonna be like the worst. I think the problem I hate with Protoss is because I'm not a I don't play a lot, and Protoss is not really good for beginners.
Start warping in units. You'll grow accustomed to it. And be like, oh man, this is so much better than.
But I like the mech units of Terran.
No.
I've always been like such a Jim Raynor fan.
No, Terran have got some ridiculous units coming too. I don't know if you've seen some of the new ones.
Oh, especially the Harpoon.
Ridiculous. Yeah, we got.
Oh, I was like,
We got a follower.
I didn't know it made a noise. So I was like, what the?
It nuked our freaking headsets. Thanks for following.
You scared the hell out of me. I was like,
I almost didn't read the follower's name.
Sorry, this is the first time we've done anything with Twitch alerts, and all of a sudden I go, whoa! I was like,
especially because the audio is kind of like fucked up.
but thank you for kind of just giving me a heart attack.
Thank you for following.
I don't even want to like
Right.
talk to you.
Right.
Okay, how's Heroes going though? Like,
Heroes of the Storm. Oh man. I've been playing just straight up Tassadar. Like he's been my dude lately, just dropping shields and I mean I know you haven't played much.
I played 2 games. So I went through all the basic training, things like that. So and they're like, hey, play Jim Raynor. I'm like, but I don't get to have Jim Raynor.
Yeah.
I think I want to move to Nova, but the problem is Nova sounds like she's too much of a sniper.
Yeah.
And she's not. Jim Raynor is a really good fit for me. Like, I know it, because the fact that you can shoot people from afar, and he does good damage. And my favorite thing is the penetration shot, because not only does it go through multiple enemies, if you need to get away, you hit them with a penetration shot.
Knocks them back.
And it just knocks them back.
Yeah.
And the best thing is that I can be a team. Usually, I'm not a good team player because it's not because I don't want to be a team player. I just tend to focus on myself.
Yeah.
But his team ability, you hit W and it just does like all this, like all you teammates around you just get like this extra boost. And I'm like, I don't even have to be like that good of a team player. I just have to be like next to people.
Yeah. The like his survivability, like the stim pack.
Oh my goodness!
That
like,
can get so ridiculous late game. Like heals him up to full.
I need to pick that. Honestly, usually
he can be pretty rough. I haven't played too much of him though, so I don't know what like the good build is with him. But
I finally got to the point where I could stop doing the battle cruiser. It's a good one, but the banshees are even better because with the battle cruisers,
they chase people down.
But the battle cruiser just kind of strafes. With the banshees, you can just be like, I don't like you at the moment, so I'm going to just target you.
The cool thing about the battle cruiser though is it forces people to spread out too. Like I don't know, they both have their like I've played them both ways and I've liked.
For me, I like lone wolfing a lot of stuff. So if I'm not with teammates, the banshees are better.
Yeah.
But I played 2 games. My first game I lost because we just weren't working very well. And my second game, we kicked butt.
Yeah.
I think the thing I like about Heroes of the Storm better is that it doesn't have as big as learning curve as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
I had problems like wanting to pick up League of Legends because of that.
Yeah, like I played League for a while. It took me several months to actually get into, and then once I started actually playing it a lot more with friends and starting to get decent at it, where I could actually, I can actually play top lane, or I can actually play this character, or a couple characters anyway. It got better, but it just there's a lot to it, and it's the games last way too long for me. I don't.
I think Heroes I think League's got a really good competitor now because as me as a first person shooter, I don't like a lot of this clicking stuff. It intimidates me because it's a lot of like focus. Like the reason why I play first person shooters is because I can it's not that I turn my brain off. It's more fluid. I don't have to think about what's my strategy, and Heroes of the Storm makes it very, very easy just to go. That kind of had that first-person feel where you don't have to think as much, but you can do kind of like casual.
Yeah, I like having the single objective for the map too. That's what makes it, I think, really streamlines it. Is just like, oh, okay, this makes sense because it's like we want to get this objective. If you get this objective, you tend to win. So.
I think League's gonna really have to start changing maps because the fact that Heroes of the Storm has different maps is fantastic.
Yeah, I think that's cool. With League, I don't see them doing that because they're more traditional, and hardcore. Like if they released a new map that was in the meta, like that's what they had to play or swap around with, it would piss a lot of people off. I mean, I could see them doing it. They reworked their entire they reworked the entire map already. So they had an older version of the map. They basically just reworked like how the map worked entirely, and it pissed a bunch of people off.
I think
so already. So like,
if here's the thing though, is that if you don't,
it's always gonna piss people off.
It's always gonna piss people off. But if you don't start working towards something now, it's gonna hurt you later because you can fall behind. Like, what are some games? There's like Sonic. Look at Sonic. Like they kept.
Well, Sonic's just a piece of shit.
No, but the thing is they kept keeping the same formula over and over again, and then years later they're like, let's try to revamp it. Let's try to.
That was the wrong idea. They should have just kept the same formula because that worked.
Well, it did, but the thing is that it wasn't keeping up with the kids though.
Yeah.
And then look at how Nintendo kept reworking the Mario formula.
I think like what the problem really was is they were like, they switched to 3D because they were like, hey, let's adjust to 3D, release Sonic Adventure and Adventure 2, and those games were almost too different from the prior games. I think both adventure games are pretty good, but they're not. And I mean I grew up on playing those ones too, but so I'm not too far against them, but they're just nothing as like the production quality and like the original. Like the originals are just solid games to me. I know a lot of people argue that they're kind of bogus because they're just running and you can't tell what's going on, but
it's the platform.
I really like it. I enjoyed the idea of trying to race through a level, trying to speed run through it. That was kind of my first introduction to get through a level as fast as you can, and you know get all the cool collectibles along the way, like the Chaos Emeralds and stuff. I've played through those games way too many times that I've got all memorized now.
Oh, sorry, kind of like I gotta fight.
You know, it's a tough.
Did you play anything else this week, or is it just really that?
I did that, and then I had a little point where I got together with a few people and we played some Smash Bros, which is cool. And
I don't know how you guys play that game. Like I cannot pick that up. Like I picked up Mortal Kombat like fairly decently.
Well, Smash Bros is just a different thing. It's a party thing. It's like get together and just press buttons and they actually do things. Like it's not like require a whole lot of skill to do things, where it's Mortal Kombat's more focused on the character and you can actually tell what's going on the screen. Smash Bros is just more ADD oriented.
Oh gosh, I got into Wolfenstein again.
Yeah, have you been playing Old Blood?
I know a lot of people like dogged on it for like being like I was reading the IGN and they're like 6.5. I'm like,
really?
And it's like because it's like it lost all its charm, blah 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 blah. It's like it didn't quite have the storyline. They bring in Nazi zombies. I was like yes. Because I was like, this is a nostalgia thing for me. It's like
right.
And the great thing about for $20, I got a really really solid game for $20. Like when I rate video games, I don't go like, was that 10 stars? Was that $5? Was that 5 stars, 4.5? Things like that. I rate games like, would I pay full price for that?
Yeah.
$20 for Wolfenstein Old Blood? Yes, I would. Because here's the thing: is like, it had the same fluid movements as the New Order.
Okay.
And I could just move around and just go boom, boom, boom. It's like pure adrenaline, like through the whole entire thing. And it was just like, it was cheesy, it was cliche, and it knew exactly what it was. And that's like, it's like, I mean, he gets stabbed in the leg, and like he shouldn't be walking, and he gets stabbed in the hand, and it's like it's full on like cheesy 80s action goodness. Especially when the zombies all come up, because the thing I liked about the Old Blood though is that they go into the supernatural realm. Like New Order, they kind of lost all the supernatural stuff. Because it was just like, it was futuristic sci-fi things like that. But this one, they're digging up a tomb and then unfortunately like release a curse. So like,
that's awesome.
So when you like the great thing about that though is that when you finally get to the zombie part, when you actually kill people, they come back to life. Like
that's pretty cool.
And they come to this flame, and they come to the zombies. And the thing is that they not only attack you, but they attack the enemy too.
Oh, okay, so there's this like three-way.
There's a third enemy, and they
just do whatever. So you gotta strategize around that.
You can, because if you're taking too much bullets, you kill like one of the lesser guys. He'll turn into a zombie, and they'll all have to like focus on him because you start attacking them.
That's crazy.
And the great thing I loved about this though is they come with these challenge rooms, and it's just like it's pure, just like kill as many mother zombies as you can. No, I mean it's Nazis too, and it's an adrenaline fueled rush. And the great thing I love the Gibbs system in it. Like when you attack somebody, you can just see like their ribs. That's a good game. And then I got into Black Mesa again. Vishtega was like watching me. He's like, "You're not very good at first person shooters, are you?" I'm like, it's like, oh, I'm pretty. I'm okay. I think I can play this game. The problem is with I gotta adjust some of the sensitivity on Black. It feels different.
I really want to pick that game up. I have never played the original Half-Life.
You've never?
No, I've only played Half-Life 2 all the way through.
Dude, we can do a let's play with that. I will honestly just sit back. And the great thing about this though is that it is all it is pretty much a reskin.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Is it stays true to the original, but it's pretty cool. Like it looks good. I'd play it.
My first memories with Half-Life was just like, it was odd to have this, because I didn't play Half-Life until I got like a PS2 and I was starting to go PS3.
Right.
Because I was like, I want a PC game, but I can never PC game. And it's odd because it's unscripted.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's got a storyline, but you can be like, oh, something's going on. Like,
yeah, you can just. Yeah, it's like this is what I liked about Half-Life 2 is like you walk around, you pick some shit up, you throw it at them. They'll just be like, "Oh, it must be Gordon Freeman."
The great thing about this is that you can do that too. Like I got some recording footage of me when I first picked it. I was picking up like when you're like walking around and everything's still normal. I was picking up science books and it's like boom. You're like, stop that. Boom. Boom. I even picked up like a garbage can and threw it at somebody's head. I think the great thing about Valve games though is that there's just something different about them, and it's like really hard to like pinpoint it. Like,
yeah, that's what I noticed about like Half-Life 2. Like I think it was one of the first first-person shooter games that I actually like played through and enjoyed. Was the fact that it just like it felt like a Mario game. It felt classic. It felt cool. Like very original. Like there was tons of really cool stuff. Like I think the part that really hooked me was right after you get the not the gravity gun, but like it's the sand level where you're like guiding the little minions around, and it's like almost a different game. Like you're guiding the little sandworms around. It's been a while since I played it, so I'm not sure.
I know there's antlions.
Antlions, that's it. That's what I was talking about. Like so like where you're
like
you hold the little ball or whatever, and you gotta go
attack the prison.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite parts of Half-Life 2.
And they just keep introducing like new mechanics that you have to learn.
Yeah, that's what I loved about it. It was like, oh, okay, this isn't just like running around gunning. There's like all these different puzzles and weapons and things that happen during the game, and it was just really cool. I think, yeah, I'd play more first-person shooters if they were all
it goes from like pure action to like. Yeah. Survival horror, especially like when you go to Ravenholm.
Exactly. Yeah, like it like all of a sudden, you go to Ravenholm, and then it's like this crazy survival horror, and then like
it forces you how to learn how to use your new weapon, the gravity gun. Like because you don't get like a weapon.
That's right. That's the first time you get the gravity gun. Is
you practice with it, then you get attacked, and then you have to go to Ravenholm.
That's right. I remember that, and that was it's such a crazy cool game. I want to play through Half-Life 2 again, but I think I should play through Black Mesa first.
We would do a playthrough of it, because I've got... do you have episode 1 and 2?
Yeah, I have all of the Half-Life stuff.
We should honestly...
But I think I own Half-Life 1, I just never played it.
The great thing about Black Mesa, though, is that there's a lot of, like, subtle jokes. Like, when I first went up there, one of the guards go, "Oh, man, you cut the ponytail." Yeah, a lot of people don't really know this, but like the out view of Gordon Freeman, he used to have like this really, really bad.
Oh God.
Bad ponytail. So they make a lot of subtle jokes to it. And the great thing though is that they also put in like Kleiner, the other guys, like they also put some of the original scientist mentions in there that weren't originally in there that they added later, and it's kind of funny because they get some pretty spot on like voice actors.
Oh really? So they like have people imitate the.
Yeah, and it's
that's crazy.
And it's a really different game too. Like it plays, like its focus is really different because it's a survival game. Like you're
right
because you don't always have like
all
the stuff you need, and you have to honestly like. And then and another thing about it is just constantly puts you on your toes. Like you have like pure action one moment to like, if I step here, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
So we'll have to definitely get you back on that game.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I really want to play through Black Mesa. I'll pick that one up once I get some cash.
Some
do
cash.
that with. Yeah, some cash.
I wish Hearthstone would go away though.
You wish it would just go away and die. It's too addicting. It sucks. It slowly sucks me in.
I've gotten so bad I've been throwing my phone on the ground.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I haven't gotten that mad.
Well, the worst thing though is that I've got an outer box.
So you feel like you can just abuse the shit out of it?
No, I can't. I've actually thrown this thing like across the room. I've like chucked it at the ground.
But you're like, I can do this because I have an OtterBox. It's gonna survive. That's insane.
It's terrible.
It's destructive. You'll destroy cities with that.
No, these things are fantastic. Like every time I get a new phone, the only thing I've learned though is that this is like the weak spot, like right here.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, you check that if the screen lands on the door.
No, like I got out of my car and I'm like this. So I go, my phone is like laying like this and I don't know. And I go and slam my door as hard as I can and it bounces back. I'm like, so I go and slam the door again.
Yeah.
It bounces back. And then I look and I see my phone. I'd actually broken the screen because
God.
Because I found the one true place you could break an outer box.
Oh no.
But that's what I've been playing a lot lately. But the problem is with XSplit though is that it doesn't like Wolfenstein.
Oh really?
Like it wasn't recording any sound. Like you can record, but like when you try to go like Control Tab, it brings up an invisible overlay, and I'm sitting there hovering because it turns to like arrow to hand, and so I was like,
okay.
I remember the stream buttons over here. Click.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Do you know how to fix that?
I don't know. I'd have to play around with it, poke around.
We should actually get you to play Wolfenstein. You might actually like Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I might. I don't know. I've never played it.
I got it for the PlayStation.
I like the cheesiness of it, though.
I got it for the PlayStation 4, and then I've got Old Blood for the
PC.
The PC.
Oh. Well, yeah, we'll have to get together.
Oh, then Destiny.
Oh yeah.
I hate Destiny.
I bet. Apparently, there's a lot of content out for that lately.
My goodness, my friends are like, let's go play Trials of Osiris. I'm like,
I don't know how to do that.
No, I know how to do it. I'm like, this is boring.
Oh, is it boring? Oh no.
Una, you have to win 9 times in a row without dying, and then you're all special. I'm like,
Jesus.
I'm like, I don't care. Like,
yeah, it's an MMO.
It's not even a good. It's not an MMO.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Like, I mean, it sounds like I've heard friends talking about boss encounters and whatnot in it, and I'm like, this sounds exactly like my World of Warcraft days. And then, but then I think about it, like I played Destiny like enough to be like, it's just another first person shooter with some.
It's not even a fun first person.
Yeah,
shooter.
that's the thing is like it's an okay first person shooter. It might be an okay MMO. But I think I had more fun playing WoW.
I think honestly, I know a lot of people like challenges. I think it would be better just to have like make some certain parts of missions like really really hard, and then just a bunch of like. One thing I loved about Wolfenstein, is I can just go around just going pure adrenaline, just going, and I'm like I'm not invincible, but as long as I'm playing smart, I can just like rampage to like.
See, that's the problem with me in first person shooters. I don't play smart. I play reckless.
How can you not play smart? You're like one of the smartest people I've known to play games.
I'm so reckless with like FPSs, and then nowadays, like when I play stealth games, I've been incredibly reckless, which is really weird. Most of the time, I'm like really tactical, like if I go this way, and then I can do this pattern or this works. But like I don't know what it is. Like lately, I've just been like I just want to get through this shit. So fucking run in there.
That's how I used to play Metal Gear. Like,
Yeah.
every time I played the original Metal Gear, I was constantly in, like, red alert.
Or like Dark Souls. I'm like, I don't even care. I don't care if there's a big dude right there. I'm gonna go fight him. And I've just been like fearless and jumping into doing stupid.
It was
shit.
hard watching you play Ground Zeroes.
I bet, because I was just being stupid.
You're just like,
Yeah.
and you're just like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
How are you?
How's it going? Hey, dude.
Like,
Yeah. I'll have to get. I need to get that for PC.
have you not? You beat it yet?
Oh, I beat it several times. I just want to play. I want to play through it again before.
That was a messed up
the other
game.
Metal Gear comes out.
Like, I'm used to blood and gore, but when they're like sitting around, like, okay, spoiler alerts for anybody that doesn't want to listen to this. If there are anybody, if anyone is listening,
if anyone cares about Metal Gear Ground Zeroes and has not played Ground Zeroes, wait till it goes on sale and pick it up. Don't pay $15, even $30 for it. Just pay $5. And
I paid the full $35.
I mean, I'm a rabid fan of Metal Gear, so I'm gonna buy everything that they release at full price. But I don't think it's worth $30.
No, that was not worth the full price.
It's worth $5 because it's a demo at most.
But no, like when they're going through like Paz's stomach,
yeah.
but I haven't like had that like gut clenching moment for like ever.
Yeah.
And I play a lot of like, I guess it's the fact that it's more real and they don't just like, when you play Wolfenstein and you just eviscerate people, it's not as realistic feeling.
Right.
But with Paz, like when they're like sitting there and they're like
digging around in their guts and
and he's like, and then we're like, we got the bomb out. She's like, no, there's still one more. Like, who else? I'm like,
oh shit. And then like the fact that like you go and replay it and then that you find out like through the listening to the tapes that you're like, holy shit, the guy was like raping her or something. Like it's shitty, crazy.
It's got such a Vietnam vibe to it. Like,
yeah, definitely.
I think 3 is before Vietnam, right?
Yeah. Well, 3 is like Cold War era. So I think it's 1950s, 40s.
I thought it was 60s.
60s.
I think it's like 20 years after World War II.
Yeah, that's right. It is right after World War II. You're right. I keep thinking it's like 1940s, but it's not. Because I know like their story arc goes to like late 1800s. Like some of their story, like traces back to like when Zero was born. Zero was born in like
because late
1800s, and he started doing stuff because he's part of the Philosopher's Legacy.
Yeah, he built to both World Wars, didn't he?
Yeah, and so because it started there with Zero, and then it like escalated into this.
That's one we should be able to. Can you buy that for the PC?
You can get Ground Zeroes for the PC. You can get Metal Gear Solid 1 for the PC, but the PC port is awful. So
we can't get Snake Eater?
So here's what I would do if we were to play through. I think we should do a Metal Gear marathon and just play through all.
Oh, we can get the HD version of the PS3, can't we?
I have all of them on PlayStation 3. Or you could get them on PS4 because they all are HD on PS4 too. So either way. Yeah,
we are gonna.
We need to do a Metal Gear marathon because I do have them all for PlayStation.
We should play them in chronological order.
Yeah, I agree. Start with Snake Eater and then
go to 1. Can you have 1 on the PS3?
Yeah,
I
have 1. Yeah, I have like all the Metal Gears multiple times. I probably have each Metal Gear.
I think we need like
at least like.
You ever watch
3 or 4
PlayStation Access on YouTube?
I've never watched it. No.
It's funny. It's like they make fun of the main host every time he brings up like the glory that is Metal Gear. And they've got like this running tally.
Every time he mentions.
So they swipe over to this other guy and he's like.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, like I'm a huge Metal Gear fanboy, and I bet you are too. But yeah, that's been one of my favorite games ever since I played Snake Eater. Like. Yeah.
What was you played in 1 first, right?
No, I played Snake Eater. Well, no, okay. I played a little bit of 1 back in PS1 era, but not much. Like it was just at friends. Like I had a little bit of exposure.
So you never actually beat the whole game?
But no, I beat 1. I beat 1 since. I've played through all of the games several times. I haven't gone like hardcore and like beat all of them on like Big Boss Extreme or whatever, European Extreme, whatever the.
My favorite days when I was playing I remember one of my favorite days is I was playing the first one and I found out I could snap people's necks.
Yeah.
So you just like.
That's the best. Yeah, that's how you play through one if you want to go like I remember doing like a no kill or I guess you are killing them when you do that. But
One you can't do a no kill.
That's right.
Because you don't have they didn't introduce the training stuff until 2.
mm-hmm.
So one you cannot like I think though is that you can like I think you only can like there's like certain amount of kills like if you can get one you can get away with boss kills.
Yeah.
Only.
That's about it. That's right. Okay.
Because all the soldiers you can either knock out.
Yeah.
And that's about it. But you have to kill bosses.
There's a way to like I think there's a route in one where like you can skip the enemy like the normal enemies by just sneaking around them.
Oh,
there might be a few that you have.
There
to,
is
like,
that one section. I think the elevator you can't get away. You have to kill the enemies in the elevator because
okay.
I don't think you. Can
That's right.
I don't think you just knock them out.
Because they just keep coming back onto the elevator. You gotta kill them. Okay.
I remember Otacon's face like Snake. They're in the elevator with you, and they're like freeze because they're all invisible.
Freeze.
Sorry, we're like real hardcore nerd fans.
Man.
Things.
We're talking about Blizzard games and Metal Gear so far. I think we're doing pretty good.
Pretty good on the
100%, man. All we gotta do is break out the Final Fantasy and some Super Mario Brothers, and I'm pretty happy.
I can't stand Final
I know.
Fantasy.
I bet you.
I think the problem is that when
Anti-fantasy fool.
my friend made me watch him play all the way through 10, and I was like,
All the way through? He made you sit through it?
like every time he's like, hey, you want to play Final Fantasy 10? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I was like,
I think it's just because like I'm a sucker for like the stupid melodrama. Like I just grew up on like those silly like overly dramatic RPG games as a kid. Like I mean my first RPG game was Super Mario RPG, and ever since then it just like was like oh dude like Final Fantasy is so cool, and like Final Fantasy 7 and 8 and 9 had like this really cool, like always had this like really overly dramatic storyline, all this crazy shit's going on. And I loved it. And then 10, like it was one of my favorites too. Even though it's not the best in the series, it's just the story like captured me as a child.
I'm just,
Yeah.
I have a problem. Like I hate anime.
Oh, I so go watch Sailor Moon all the time.
It's just, it makes me want to just like. I think the problem is I know
Lately though, I've definitely had that problem. I tried watching a newer anime that came out that everybody's hyping. I think it's Sword Art Online. Oh, that anime, like at first it had this like really cool like premise. It was like, oh, these guys get stuck in a virtual reality world, and
they did that with Doc Hack though.
Yeah, well, yeah, but like they're like they're stuck in it. If they die in the game, they die in real life. Like it was okay. It was doing pretty good, and then it like
so the
slowly,
Matrix.
Yeah, well, it slowly turned into just a piece of shit. Like it just slowly.
Oh, I remember Kenny was watching that at work.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
yeah. Sword Art Online is just a bunch of garbage. Like it turns into this like I think it was literally someone's fantasy. Like and not like a good fantasy, just like someone's like porno-esque fantasy, because like it gets to this point where like this guy's like the biggest pimp in the world. Like every girl he meets falls in like madly in love with him. Like no girl in that show like hates him. Like every girl like meets him. If they hate him initially, they'll slowly fall in love with him. So it's just like every girl, and there's not one girl, like it's so unrealistic. Like there's not one character that's female that doesn't like him.
Okay, I think the funny thing that makes me laugh about like when Americans do something like that, they like everybody screams sexism.
Oh, dude.
But as soon as like Japan comes out with like an anime and does I never hear the sexism.
It's so much worse in some of these other cultures.
I never hear the sexism claim on anime.
It happens. I mean, you've seen, I don't know. Like it goes. But the thing about anime is it swings both ways. There's in a weird way, I could see how Sword Art Online actually appeals to the female perspective, because like they always do a lot of the male fan service where it's like, oh, I got my shirt off, I'm fighting now, I'm in torn clothes, and some girls are into that. I don't know. I don't know anybody like myself, but I've met people that were.
Okay, the thing that bugs me about a lot of animes that people like is power explanation. Like I was sitting there and watching Kenny do that, and all of a sudden this enemy comes out and they're like, it's got 7 hit points, blah blah blah. I can do this, and this, and this, and I'm like,
yeah.
Why do you? I don't need to know that.
Like they're most like they don't think anything through. If you watch like even like the old. I used to watch Yu-Gi-Oh a lot because I was into like that card game, not Magic. I got into Yu-Gi-Oh, which was
You're a sinner.
I'm
You're a terrible sinner.
Yeah, but like I watched that show, and that show has so many things. Like it doesn't even make sense in the card game. Like the card game doesn't like have the rules that they can bend in the show. So like it's really really weird. But like they don't really care about power level. Like if you watch Dragon Ball Z, especially, like it doesn't make sense at all. Like you can't follow it. There's not logic involved. They're just like, well, this is just gonna happen because we want that to happen.
And they're like, and the thing that also bugs me is that they have these people watching from like the sidelines, like he's performing the Hoka super move, and if he messes up, he could easily destroy the world.
Yeah, and they overanalyze everything.
I'm like, what are you doing? Go help him fight.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Yeah, well, that's the funny is like they'll
this guy's gonna destroy the world, and you're just sitting in the.
Well, the shitty thing is like if those people go and help them fight, they get destroyed. They just get like obliterated or just like knocked out. It's like one hit. Oh, I'm too powerful for you. So they just stay back and let the big boys handle it. Which that's what I hate about Dragon Ball Z is like has all these like if you watch Dragon Ball. Like all these characters.
Oh, I love Dragon Ball. Like
yeah, Dragon Ball's really good because like all these characters like are really good. Like and you're like, oh, Tien, he's actually really powerful. And then like, and then when you go into Dragon Ball Z, all these characters just become useless.
Well, the thing about Dragon Ball is it had a really good storyline. You actually had people progressing. You had people like
Goku wasn't just the overpowered, always had to win.
And I think that's a big problem with a lot of these animes. They just come out like Naruto. Like Naruto is really bad for power explanation. God. Like I don't know how anybody watches that. Like
I tried. It's terrible.
And they're like, "Oh, I'm a son of a demon. I'm going to destroy you all." Oh wait, that's the same storyline as the last few animes that just came out that were popular.
Yeah.
I like my storylines gritty. I think that's the reason why I like Breaking Bad is because anybody can just like.
Yeah, you don't know what can happen, right? When you watch an anime, you always know. Okay, this is the main character. He's going to make it through this somehow.
My friend was also watching Tokyo Ghoul. Did you watch that?
Never seen it. No, I'm not as big into anime as I once was. I still do like dip in. Like my favorite one recently, which is like the cheesy one, but it's like it makes fun of itself, and that's why I like it. It's Kill la Kill. There's a lot of just
wait. Wasn't Kill la Kill the one that they based that Tom Cruise movie off of?
Which
no, that was Everyone Died. No, Kill la Kill kills. Isn't that the armor skimpy one?
It's the like she wears this
skimpy armor.
It's just like this outfit. It's like a schoolgirl outfit, right? But like it gets skimpier, the more powerful she gets. So like it shrinks down and like tightens up everywhere, but it's totally doing it because it's making fun of the idea that that other animes do this.
Just go read Witchblade.
And then like they find out that like that it's actually the clothing is like some alien and it's trying to take over the world and
well, here's the funny thing: if it gets
so
skimpier,
crazy.
How does it protect the areas that aren't protected?
You don't understand. These fibers like give you special powers because they're from this alien race or they are an alien race or some shit. Like it's got this really fucking crazy storyline. It went from like it starts off pretty lighthearted. And then it has like this formula, and then it slowly just builds off of this and blows up. Like the last like 5 to 10 episodes are just batshit crazy. So it's so great. Like it becomes unpredictable. Like it's weird. It goes from being like kind of just like this light fun anime to being completely unpredictable, kind of dark. You don't know what the fuck's gonna happen anymore. It's just like why I liked it. But it still maintains the cheesy, funny dialogue and weird shit. You'll love it. You'll never watch it, but you'll love it.
I'll love it, though I never watch it.
Though you'll never watch it, you'll love it.
It was funny, though. Kenny was trying to give me an anime, and he's like, and I was pointing stuff out wrong with anime. He's like, stop ruining it for me. I'm like,
no, maybe you need to take a look at what you're doing. Just a little self-reflection there.
I don't have any problem with like Marvel Daredevils. It's fantastic.
I understand that anime is not.
I think the thing I hate most about anime is this elitism that comes with the fanboys. Like, they're like, I know a lot of people like dog on like console gamers for being fanboys, but anybody that likes anime and manga, their fanboyism is ridiculous. I was reading an article on Kotaku, and the guy was like, "What is my anime manga drawing?" And below in the comment, it's like, "I wish Westerners would stop drawing manga and anime. They suck at it." I'm like,
yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry that my pointy little eyes don't work for you.
They're not Japanese enough for you.
Like, how can you, it's art. Like, you're not supposed to, like, if somebody wants to express themselves on that. Okay.
That's what I think, too. And it's like, you draw your style from your influences, and if you're influenced by Japanese anime, I mean, that's your style, you know? Be awesome at it.
I don't know.
I agree with you. I think it's stupid. I think people are just... I mean, I think we see this in everything.
Like if you go on DeviantArt, those people get, like, catfight angry. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, they're so, like, defensive.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like, hey, guys, what's up? Like,
yeah. Angry troll faces everywhere.
That's terrible.
Wearing their neck beards and their fedoras.
Neck. Speaking of neck beards, you think I should keep it?
Yeah, keep your neck beard. I'll keep mine. I'll just make sure I'll shave everything else but the neck beard, and I'll just grow this meaty,
like Tyler
piece of.
Do you remember him?
Beard. I don't.
We used to the guy that I know you don't like. There was a guy we used to work with that was just like that's all he had was the neck beard, and he would just like he shaved everything but the neck beard. I'm like.
That's actually kind of hilarious.
I was like, "What's up, Farmer John?"
Did he wear a fedora too?
No, I was kind of. It was no fedora. He wasn't that hipster.
He failed. That's okay. He doesn't need to be a hipster. He got the neck beard, so that's all that matters when you're a neck beard.
A necker.
A necker. Oh man, neckers are in The Witcher. They're these demon things that you kill. They crawl out of holes and.
They have like neck beards, or they just.
No, they're called neckers.
Oh, I was like
called neckers. I mean, NEKKER. I just thought it was funny.
Neckers. I was about to say because
I was gonna make some joke and it turned into just me talking about a necker.
Because when I was thinking about neckers, like you didn't play Dead Space games, did you?
No, I haven't.
That's one we should play. I know you don't like it, but come on.
I have Dead Space 2, so I'll play it eventually for sure.
One of the enemies like. They have like these tentacles. It's a skull that's been turned back to life.
Yeah.
It comes around. So if it kills you, it actually wraps around your neck and rips your head off, and then it sticks its tentacles down your neck.
Oh fucking god!
And then it starts to like, your body goes. And it just starts walking as it takes over your body. And it's like,
so that's like that's the game over screen. Is it just taking over your body?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like. Dead Space.
I've seen some of the kill stuff from it, like where like the enemies will grab you and then they'll like rip you in half or do some like Mortal Kombat style fatalities and shit on you. But
my favorite though is like when you blow up one of the airlock windows and you get sucked out, and he's all like trying to reach in and he goes and reaches in and the airlock goes and cuts his arm off and he goes poof.
Oh god.
So you can go see Jurassic Park with me?
Well. Yeah, I'm definitely actually because I have a $100 gift card for Megaplex Theaters.
You got that from work?
Yeah.
You bastard! You definitely gonna go see this movie with me now.
Yeah, I know we have to. Like I have to go see every big movie this year because it's free. All right.
I think we're good.
Yeah. So,
got a new
books?
follower.
Did you get any new comic books?
No, I actually because I had to cut down. So I cut down.
Happens. I mean,
I cut down to 5 because
paycheck's next week anyway. So like.
I think I'm just gonna have to. Like, I had to cut down to 5 titles. I cut down to Witchblade, Constantine, the new Fight Club.
Oh yeah.
Fight Club 2.
So wait, you do subscriptions for comics, right? So are you subscribing to particular series?
Yes.
Is that how it works? So they deliver that series.
So what I do is I go down to the Volt Comics down in Sugar House.
And you can have them to sign.
Yeah. So I just go like, hey, I want Constantine. I want Amazing Spider-Man. I want this.
No, what did you get me into?
And what they do is they'll put holds on it, and then I come back. As long as you pick it up every 2 weeks, you just come and they're like, here you go. Here's this. And the thing is, I had almost 15 subscriptions.
Okay.
And picking that up I was spending like $40 to $50 almost weekly.
Weekly, holy shit. Okay.
So I had to cut it down to. I got Hellblazer, which is coming out, and then I got Witchblade. I got Punisher. I'm gonna continue that one. I quit my Amazing Spider-Man, and then I picked up. I quit Captain Marvel and a lot of. I had too much excess and I wasn't
Right.
reading enough. So, and I was like, I can't afford to keep doing this. So I don't have any new comics this week, but I should come this Friday.
Come Friday, when payday, go pick up a bunch of stuff.
Go pick up some stuff.
Yeah, I really want to get back into it, but I haven't seen any series that really like intrigue me. There are a few like that, but they're like all prior series or series that.
Oh, and then you can do back orders. Like,
Yeah.
I can like if you want to go down like one Saturday, we can go down to Volt Comics.
Yeah.
And
We can just stream it.
Oh, I think we'd have to ask him first.
I have Periscope on my phone now, so I can stream on the weird Periscope. Have you seen Periscope at all? So like I'll start it right now. It's a different streaming service, so it's not going to stream directly to Twitch, but you can stream from your phone now, and it's through your Twitter accounts. So now I can I'm going to stream on the Thearly Clinking Twitter here. So this is just stream.
Does anybody follow us on Twitter?
I've got a few followers, nobody like I know or anything, just random shit. Like if you hop on Twitter and you start tweeting shit, like random people will follow you. If you hashtag something, it'll be like, oh, I follow everybody who does this hashtag because that's how I market, and that's just really all it is. And so now I am streaming here, so I can flip the camera, and I can get a selfie, and it's us. So now we've got this Thearly Clinking Periscope going on. Now we've got this weird like streamception. And if I like show the camera, now we're streaming the camera, streaming us. It's pretty sweet. But yeah, so there's some pretty cool shit out there that I didn't even know about. I started.
Why doesn't Twitch do something like that?
Yeah, I don't know why Twitch doesn't have mobile streaming yet. I think there might be an app or something that you can do that allows for mobile streaming, because I swear I've seen streams on people's mobile phones, but maybe it's something else. I don't know. But yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool. But the Periscope app is a neat little thing. I don't know if it's going to really take off or anything, but it's run by Twitter, so
not if Twitch does something like that.
Yeah. Oh, if Twitch starts, because I thought they were going to do mobile app streaming. I don't know that that's come out yet, so I'm not sure.
Twitch, we have an idea for you, and you owe us money now.
Listen to us, because we know everything. We've got all the viewers, and they're all listening. We have legions. We have an army. I have a Hulk.
Oh, that reminds me. Every time I hear Legion, I always think of Mass Effect.
Yes, you should, because
I was like, I wanted to play through the third one again, so I can do like Renegade. Like,
yeah.
I wanted to open fire on Legion.
Oh my god.
Have you done that yet? Like,
I've only played through the third Mass Effect once, which makes me sad. Like, I really want to play through. They released that DLC where you say goodbye to everybody and stuff. I never got that, so I really want to revisit that series. I started playing through Mass Effect 1. I haven't played it in a little bit, but I'm going to start continuing that, and that guy's going to carry over through the 3 games, so I can play through it again. I've played through 2 a shitload, though. Like, I've played through 2, it's Renegade, it's Paragon.
I tried to platinum that game, I was like, never, ever, ever again.
I'm pretty close on Steam. I think I've got, like 80%.
I think that's the one thing that Steam and Xbox are lacking. The reason why I like my trophies is because I can get a platinum trophy. Like, hey, look.
Well, the Xbox and Steam all have that. It's just a different thing, and it's not as big of a deal. Like, I mean, in my opinion, I feel like getting a trophy. It's weird. Like, I think the PlayStation has the better platform for that. Like, they have the better trophy. Like, platinum trophy sounds really cool. Whereas, like, Xbox has like a special achievement that gives you more points. But it's, I don't know. I think it just depends on what you're into. But
I like the trophy. Trophy just sounds better to me.
That's exactly. It's a trophy.
Especially like when you compare your stuff, you can easily just go,
oops, wake up. Put on a little makeup.
I work graves, so that's why I learned that.
Get up. It's time to get up. Stream. Get up. Where's Victega? Victega!
You gotta do that tonight, the German.
You've fucked up by not watching this. What are you doing?
Vishtega. My heart goes out to you.
Vishtega. Ah, man.
Vishtega. I can't do a German accent. I always like...
I'm just learning German, so I don't know. I'm too self-conscious.
Too self-conscious
to even try.
Do you even speak a few words?
I can.
Ich bin Tyler Jacobs.
Ich bin motherfucker. I don't know.
I don't think that you...
Ich bin...
Guten Nacht, my friends.
Guten...
Hey, Fräulein.
Guten Morgen, mon frère.
I still need to see Inglourious Bastards.
I haven't seen that either.
It's on Netflix. We should stream it.
We'll stream ourselves watching Inglourious.
Can we do that? Is that considered parody?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are on that, but it seems like that would get muted or something. I feel like that
they can't mute it live
showing,
though. Like if it was live,
no, they wouldn't mute it live, but I think it would get muted or even kicked out because when you're streaming something that's not yours.
The thing that pissed me off is they muted a lot of my Fallout cast.
Really? Because of the licensed soundtrack?
Yeah,
Fallout?
because
yeah.
And I was
Mass Effect has the same problem. That's why I had trouble even rationalizing streaming it anymore because it's gonna automatically get muted. And even if I complain, I sent the thing saying, hey, this is in the game, and they haven't. They said, okay, we'll review it, and the standard robot email, and then.
Trust me, if we were big enough to be like, oh, sorry.
Yeah,
apologize. Let us...
I'm sure. But
Twitch, you don't care about the small users.
They don't give a shit. It doesn't matter, though. Just stream something else.
We don't pay $8 a month.
I want to play Earthbound. I played Earthbound a little bit. It's a Super Nintendo RPG. You'd love it because you love JRPGs, but it's
this is funny guy right here.
It's the greatest. It's one of the greatest JRPGs to ever come out because it's a satire. It came out on Super Nintendo, but it's almost a satire on the whole JRPG formula. It takes cues from Dragon Quest, the Dragon Quest series, Dragon Warrior.
I think the closest thing I ever got to JRPG growing up that I actually enjoyed was Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
And my friend was like, "You got Kingdom Hearts?"
That's an action RPG.
Well, that's not JRPG.
It's Japanese-ish. I mean, it's produced by Japanese. It's got JRPG elements, but it's an action.
I didn't even want to my parents.
Japanese
my mom got
RPG, I guess I don't.
Oh, I did play one JRPG all the way through. I played a game called Akagio. It's about this shadow demon, and you get possessed by it.
And I got Okage, I think is what it's called.
Okage. Yeah. I played that game. I got to the final boss, but because I had leveled all of my characters up wrong, I couldn't beat the final boss. And screw this. I don't even want to play anymore.
I remember playing games like that where you can fuck yourself by building your characters wrong, like the original Diablos.
And this was before the massive internet where you can be like, I'm gonna go look this up.
No. Yeah.
My mom used to think I was into these big JRPGs growing up. So when she bought me games, it's like, Okado. I'm like,
what?
Yeah. And my stepdad's like, that's not what he wants.
Dark Cloud. Did you play that one?
No.
Dark Cloud. Oh, okay. That was a good one I never finished it, but it felt pretty solid when I was playing through it on PS2.
I wanted Killzone. I could somehow when I was 14, I convinced my mom to buy Killzone. I'm like, oh, it's just like Halo. Killzone 1 is a lot grittier, and it swears constantly.
Yeah.
It's big, especially when you get Rico and the Rico.
Right.
You played Killzone?
I've never played the story, so I don't know anything about the story. I played Killzone 3 multiplayer quite a bit and actually that was one of the first person shooters that I actually played a shitload of online and actually enjoyed.
The reason why I liked
I don't know why.
Killzone multiplayer is because I think the reason why you might like it is because it's got a more realistic feel to it.
Yeah, I like the feel of the weapons.
It's
heavy. I like the different classes, especially Killzone 3 multiplayer was way fun. I like the engineer where I could set up an auto turret somewhere, go hang back or.
Oh, the brutal melees were my favorite. When you grab somebody's head and you just boom. No, the best is when you take their head and you slam it against the wall.
That's true. All of the brutal melee was
sweet. And I love the fact that a lot of it was very objective based, and if you won, it had a different animation. When you won as the ISA, when you had to go blow up a dam, you'd see all the Helghast running away from the.
Right.
You should play Killzone 2 is actually one of my favorite first person shooters.
I don't know if I will. I don't know if I will. I think I'm gonna skip out on the rest of that series. I wasn't interested. I tried playing Killzone 3.
We got Brian Cox. You know Brian Cox, right?
I don't.
He's
not right now anyway. Maybe I'll know him later.
He's actually he's a pretty good actor. He does a lot of small small parts.
He does a lot. He sucks a lot of small dicks. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd say that to Brian.
And Brian Cox, you're sucking some.
But he plays actually the bad guy for Thearly, like the main bad guy. Like Killzone has got some of my favorite introductions. Oh, I guess we're
running out of time, my friends.
Oh, we better wrap it up.
So we gotta wrap it up. I mean, I know you loved listening to us talk all.
Hey, we got a follower this time.
Hey, we did get a follower.
Scared the hell out of me.
Cool. What a good man. And we probably scared him away after he followed, because we stopped talking about Hearthstone. He's like, yeah, I love Hearthstone, and then we're like, fuck you, Heroes of the Storm. So, anyway, follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook.
If you guys ever want to play, I'm willing to give out my Steam.
Yeah,
my Steam
I mean, we're available.
Fish Tag is like, hey, want to go play some Counter-Strike? Go. I'm like, I am decent at first persons, but that is like super hardcore.
Yeah, hit us up. I mean, if you want to play with us, you can send us a direct message on any of our social networks, Twitch,
and then
Twitter, Facebook, and I mean
we'd love to get this actually really community.
We don't have a community yet, so I mean, we totally love to play with anybody who is interested to watch.
We're an army of one.
We are an army of two.
He doesn't even
actually. Matter. Well, I guess together we are one. United.
United.
We are one. You know.
Right.
Get mine sends via stock. Anyway,
I roll the.
That's the only Sherman I know. Get mine sends too.
I roll 4.
You rolled a 4. You can't end the podcast. Fuck. 19. Oh, that's it, guys. Roll the logo. We are done. Thearly Clinking. Have a nice day. Oh, that's recording, son.
Yeah, it's recording.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's recording. We've got the Thearly Clinking logo.